it's Nicole Wilkins with FitnessRx for Women. This is my next question and answer segment where I took your questions from Facebook and I'm going to answer them for you today. The first question I have is, do you ever get tired, like really tired? And if so, how do you manage fatigue with workouts and the rest of your daily life? Well, if it's 1 or 2 days, then it could be because obviously lack of sleep. It could be a lot of stress. So, I know a lot of times if I'm really tired, it's due to traveling. In my case, the time changes. Like when I got back from India, it took me a little while to adjust back to the time here. But if it's going on for long durations of time, it's something to get looked at because you need sleep in order to recover properly, to function normally, like you mentioned here, for the rest of your daily life. It's almost like you're walking drunk if you're super tired. It's dangerous to be driving that way. So, and of course you're not going to be able to have good workouts. If you're having trouble falling asleep at night, make sure you don't have any caffeine at least 4 to 5 hours before you go to bed. Avoid turning on the TV, so shut everything off. Try to take a bath and just kind of relax. You can also try melatonin. It's a natural supplement to help with sleep. So if you're tired for a day or two, it's not a big deal. You'll get over it. And if it's going on for longer durations of time, it's something to get looked at. What is your workout split during your off season and pre-contest? My workout split doesn't really change a whole lot during the year. Every few months I'll switch it up, and like currently right now I'm doing shoulders and abs. I'm doing back on its own. I do arms together. I do chest and abs. I do legs and calves, and then I have a track workout in there. So, but it may change from week to week depending on if I have to travel and what days I do it. As long as I get all body parts in per week and have sufficient workouts, for me, that's what works. But it really doesn't change too much. I still always do split body parts all year round. What is your favorite or best exercise for targeting the obliques and hamstrings? The obliques are the muscles on the sides of your stomach. So for me, I recommend doing twisting crunches. So the twisting crunches are going to really target the obliques. And then for hamstrings, the prone leg extension, the prone hamstring curl, where you're lying face down and the pad is by the back of your ankles, and then you curl your heels up to your butt. That one is the one that is my favorite for hamstrings, along with stiff-legged deadlift. What is your favorite running or training shoe? I've been looking for a new pair of gym shoes. If I'm running, my favorite is Asics by far. I've also tried Mizuno's, which are good, but I feel like Asics have more cushion, and I like to feel like I'm running on clouds. I also had just recently gotten Brooks, so I'm still looking to try those out, but I hear those are really good running shoe too. As far as training goes, I like Nike Frees because they're flatter, they're super light, super comfortable, but I'll also, it depends on what I'm wearing that day. No, I was kidding. And the last question I have is, do you use a heart rate monitor for cardio training? If so, what are the benefits? I do use a heart rate monitor probably 70% of the time. It's good to keep your heart rate monitored to make sure that you're working hard enough. I know a lot of times we feel like we're working hard, but when you see where your heart rate is, you could push harder. And also, if you have one that's a little bit more advanced, it will tell you how many calories you burned. It'll tell you if you're in the fat burning zone, or it'll give you target zones to be in to maximize your efficiency. So I do recommend a heart rate monitor, and my favorite brand is Polar. So it's just polar/usa.com. So those are the questions I have for this week. Until next week, keep living the fit life.